Christian tradition places the birth of John the Baptist in the picturesque village of Ein Karem, about 7.5 kilometers southwest of Jerusalem. Luke's Gospel recounts the circumstances of John's birth. The angel Gabriel appeared to the elderly priest Zechariah while he was serving in the temple and told him that his wife Elizabeth would bear a son. Zechariah was skeptical and was struck mute, remaining so until John was born. Meanwhile, Gabriel appeared to the Virgin Mary in Nazareth, telling her that she was to become the mother of Jesus. As proof, he revealed that Mary's elderly cousin Elizabeth was already 6 months pregnant. Mary then visited Elizabeth in Ein Karem, where Elizabeth was staying in seclusion for 5 months.
The two main sites in the Judean town of Ein Karem are linked to the understanding that Zechariah and Elizabeth had two houses. Their usual residence was in the valley, while a cooler summer house on the hillside provided relief from the heat and humidity. The summer house is believed to be where pregnant Elizabeth remained in seclusion for 5 months, and where Mary visited her. The house in the valley is where John the Baptist was born, and where Zechariah regained his speech after writing that the baby's name was to be John.
Since we were on a private tour with a vehicle, we were able to reach the Church of St. John the Baptist in Ein Karem in about 20 minutes from the old city of Jerusalem.
The Church of St. John the Baptist is traditionally associated with the house of Zechariah and Elizabeth, where John the Baptist was born. This church combines remnants from various periods, including a Byzantine church and a Crusader church. The present structure, built by the Franciscans with the help of the Spanish monarchy, was designed by the architect Antonio Barluzzi.
The high altar is dedicated to St. John. To the right is Elizabeth's altar, and to the left steps lead down to the natural grotto identified as John's birthplace and believed to be part of his parents' home.
If the translation of the Latin inscription sounds familiar, it is from Zechariah's Song of Thanksgiving, which can also be found on ceramic tile plates outside and translated into 24 different languages.
A chapel beneath the porch contains 2 tombs, with an inscription in a mosaic panel that reads in Greek, "Hail Martyrs of God," though the identity of these martyrs remains unknown.
About a 7-minute walk south from the church is a freshwater spring known as Mary's Spring, or the Fountain of the Virgin. Tradition has it that Mary quenched her thirst from this spring before ascending the hill to meet Elizabeth. However, do not try to drink the water in the event that it is contaminated.
The spring gives the village its name, from the Arabic Ein, meaning spring, and Karem, meaning vineyard or orchard. About another 5-minute walk from the spring, and you will reach the Church of the Visitation.
The Church of the Visitation is traditionally associated with the summer house of Zechariah and Elizabeth, and the location of Mary's visitation. Mary's visit to Elizabeth, depicted in a mosaic on the facade, is commemorated in this 2-tiered church on a slope of a hill in south of Ein Karem.
Completed in 1955 and designed by Antonio Barluzzi, the Church of the Visitation is renowned for its artistic beauty. Ceramic plaques on the wall opposite the church display Mary's Canticle of Praise, the Magnificat, in about 50 languages.
In the lower chapel, a vaulted passage leads to an old well. According to ancient tradition, a spring joyfully burst out of the rock here when Mary greeted Elizabeth. It may have also been a spring used by Elizabeth and Zechariah. A huge stone set in a niche, known as the Stone of Hiding, is said to have opened to provide a hiding place for the baby John during Herod's massacre of the innocents, an event depicted on a painting on the wall.
The walls of the upper church are adorned with beautiful frescoes. Behind the altar, a fresco depicts Mary approaching through Judea, with the Franciscans presenting her with a model of the church, and the Catholic Patriarch of Jerusalem in the time in attendance. As an added bonus, if you look closely at one of the frescoes to the right of the altar, you may recognize one of the faces in the crowd as that of Mr. Antonio Barluzzi, our favorite architect.